Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading. My name's Rosalind and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. Now, we're going to do a reading today about the new moon solar eclipse of Aries because it's an eclipse of action, and apparently it brings courage and bold decisions. So there's like big things coming in. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know everything about astrology. However, this is what I'm led to believe, and I thought, well, we'll see what the cards say because that is what I do. And what's really interesting is the cards that have come out for this reading. So we've got quite a lot of new moon looking, well, these are both new moon cards and these are close to new moon, which is all exciting. So we have got pile one, which is have faith in your dreams. And you'll see that I've already picked another card to go with these, but I don't know what it is yet. And then we've got pile two, which had another one fall out and the other one underneath. So there's loads going on there. Be bold and make the first move. We've then got pile three. Bring love into the situation. And we've then got pile four, which is it's time to take action, which is amazing because this new moon solar eclipse is all about action and it's in Aries, which is just amazing. So take some deep breaths, see which one stands out to you. There may be more than one, so don't be afraid to have a look at a few of them if it feels right. And the timestamps are in the description. And I will see you in your reading, Foxglove friends. Hello, pile one, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen this beautiful card that says have faith in your dreams, and we are looking at what big change is coming for you. Now, this card very specifically says don't give up. If there's something that you're trying to achieve and you feel like it's never going to happen, you're not there yet, keep going at it because it's still within reach. You just need to keep progressing and keep going. If you've got a dream and it's starting to come to fruition, then this is a positive sign as well to show you to keep going with it. Let's have a look what you got in the second card that was hiding underneath. Oh, look at that. Voodoo in blue. Back off. So, this card is quite... Well, let's have a look. Let's talk about what's coming up. So, the Voodoo in blue card talks about either a person or a situation that you need to step away from or need to back out of to preserve your energy, to preserve your time. If you're trying to make a dream come to fruition, you may have to look at where you're addressing your time, where you're putting your time to go, well, actually, I need to be putting my time here where my dream is, to give the energy and the effort to that, to take action, which is what this solar eclipse of Aries is all about, taking action in the right places. This we're going to have a look in more detail about what's coming up with this, but the Voodoo in blue card can be about somebody who's either draining your energy or perhaps you've been really kind and, well, the notion of kindness and keep trying to be there for somebody who's going through the same thing over and over again and isn't learning their lessons, or perhaps you're a people pleaser and you're ending up giving a lot of your time and energy away or even money to people who are stating that they need you or they need your help, they need your support too much, and it's zapping you of things that you should be applying to your own dreams and wishes. You know, when we come into this world, we are meant to experience life for ourselves, and connections are important, and the way that we engage with other people is important. But you have to be careful not to go through your entire life giving all your time and energy to others and then finding that you haven't achieved what you want to in life. You haven't got the connections that are truly meant for you, or the money that's meant for you, or the fulfilling role or project or dream, or whatever you're wanting to create, um that you've not let it pass you by because you've given everything that you've got to other people or other situations that don't deserve your time. Sometimes also, if your dream is coming to fruition and you're doing really well, or there's two elements, there's some more elements, there's a lot to say about these two cards, obviously. There's the one that if somebody doesn't believe in you and they're naysaying and they're saying negative things, step away, because while a dream is coming into fruition and it's just being birthed, it's vulnerable like a small child, and you have to protect it, and you have to, coax what you're doing into fruition, into being. And if somebody keeps stomping on your bonfire and putting it out, that is not helpful. Also, if you're experiencing any jealousies or people, not being so good when you are in a good space, or wanting what you've achieved, these also are the people that you need to step away from. So detach from whatever it is that's giving you so much grief, by asking whatever or whoever it is that is irritating you or draining you or pushing your buttons, to leave you be for the moment. You can be respectful during this process, and kind yet cool as well. Um, the great thing about this card is it says it's banishing time. Banish those unhelpful people or situations to another corner of the world for now, while you focus on this, because this has got a beautiful, lovely energy, and you do need to put your boundaries in place. Right, so that was a lot of talking, wasn't it, about those first two cards, but hopefully that resonates. Let's have a look what else is happening though. Then, so what big change is happening for pile one, please, Spirit? What big change is happening for pile one? Maybe there's some clarity happening for you where you've gone, what am I doing? This is what I want, but I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I need to put myself first a little bit more. So we have got, I've got a couple of cards. We've got the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. So the High Priestess is all to do with dreams, spiritual awakening, psychic awareness, intuitive ability, developing all those things. And there's some sort of celebration happening as well. So it may be in relation, given that they've fallen out together. There may be some celebration to do with something to do with the priestess, high priestess energy. So there may even be a marriage coming up, or maybe if you're planning a wedding, you need to back other people off while you focus on that, so that you can actually make it happen and have it the way that you want it to. But for others of you, it may be a birthday celebration, a new home, or some sort of lovely event that celebrates what you're doing. But there's a spiritual element to it, maybe religious. Let's have a look what else is happening. What big change is happening for pile one, please? So, it's starting to come together now already. That things are going well for you, and you need to push back on the people who are not getting on board and not being positive. Trust the divine plan. Things are happening at the right time for the right reasons, Foxglove friends. Let's have a look what else is coming in for you. I mean, this celebration, and we've got all sorts of things falling out. Hold on, let me start this again. There was a financial constraints one that fell in a little bit there. Again, energy, money, it's all the same sort of notion. Money is a form of energy that you're giving, so just be careful how much you're giving. You might need to say, I can't come out to play today, folks, because I've got to save for this celebration or for this wedding or for this new home. or whatever it is that you're aiming towards, that may be the form of pushing back as well. And you may find yourself, okay, so you need some rest. You need some rest as you go through this exciting time, because it does feel like it's an exciting time for you, and you don't want people, I want to say, there's a different way of putting this, but tinkling on your bonfire. You don't want people tinkling on your bonfire, Foxglove friends, because things, this is a good time, and it's important for you to enjoy the good times in life when you are maybe more centre stage, when you are bringing something to fruition that's going to be life changing, and that's what it feels like is happening. And like I said before, there's maybe part of the big change that is happening for you is not only this element where there's this big celebration coming up, whether it's a wedding or a house move, whatever, that might be around what the big change is. But also I think the big change is in you, that you need to start putting your energy first. Yeah, so we've got the thinking woman. So you maybe need to take some time out to rest, rejuvenate, and have the opportunity to think about what you're doing. How are you going to plan things? How are you going to put some sort of action plan into place so that you can make this happen, so that you can enjoy it, so that it's not turning into a tick box exercise? Because if you're not rested and you're feeling depleted or anxious or upset, whatever it is that's coming in that's really exciting is just going to feel like you're going to miss it, because you'll just be putting one step in front of the other because you haven't got the energy to feel joy. You need to be rested and healthy to be able to feel the highest frequency of joy and elation and fun and excitement. When our energy is depleted, we haven't got the energy to feel joy. It turns into a bit of a meh. So let me see what else. What big change is coming in for pile 1, please, Spirit? What big change is coming in for pile 1? What big change is coming in for pile 1? 2 of Pentacles. The way that you manage and juggle things is going to change. Let me get another one. I want another one of these. What big change is coming in for pile 1, please? Feels like we'll get you some advice cards as well. Faceless ghosts and the haunted girl. Now I think this is a bit similar again, that there's a scenario that maybe you've been worrying about what people are saying too much, worrying about the thoughts that are going through your head, where sometimes we can have this element where things people have said to us in the past, things that have happened in the past, are still affecting us, and kind of that inner criticism is coming from what people in the past have said. I feel like the big change that is coming is a big internal change, because you need to let go of, you need a real perspective change, and I think that's what's going to happen, a real big perspective change where you're going, where am I applying my time? What am I allowing to get into my head? Who is kind of taking my time? Who is perhaps you actually spending too much time in your head with all these things going round and round and round, and you need to stop and just let yourself rest from maybe worrying about all sorts of different things, so that you can know that everything's happening in the right way, and that what is meant for you will never pass you by, Foxglove friend. Let's get you some. I'm going to have a look at that in a bit more depth, actually. Let's have a little look at that big because it looks interesting. So, it says, do not go into fear. The haunted girl speaks. These faceless ones are coming to me, trying to take an advantage of what they see as my moment of weakness, but I do not fear them, as I know they are blank, formless, and simply taking on any energy they can find. I know who I am, and I clearly see that they do not. It says you may seem in need of help to people who actually have an agenda at the moment. People around you are acting like experts and supporting each other in the group mindset and wanting you to join them for your own good, despite your misgivings. They either do not have fully formed identities or they are too easily taken on the beliefs and ideas of a powerful other. You may be asked to join with others in their beliefs and be alarmed at a mindset and belief system that seems very blank and faceless, devoid of human joy and warmth. It is wise for you to keep your own counsel, remain detached, and wait for the faceless ones to reveal themselves. They will change when an even more powerful person for them to attach to comes along. Make your own mark on this world. There could be imitation taking place where your work and ideas and even your personality are being copied too closely. So somebody somewhere or people are really, really trying to get on your bandwagon and either be who you are, kind of take what is yours in some form or other, maybe put the attention on them when the attention should be on you. Sometimes when we've got celebrations coming up, everybody wants it to be about them when actually this should be about you. And it just the big change is the recognition of some of the people who are around you, because I feel like it might be more than one, but you might notice that particularly it is one, or you may have several, and sometimes we have to step back and reassess. Excuse me, sorry. So that it's interesting, my throat's closing up a bit because that's where your power comes from, your empowerment quite often. And it's important that you center yourself and swim in your own lane. Remember who you are. Have an indomitable spirit. Do not allow yourself to be wavered or swayed by anybody else, and stay true to who you are. Let's get you some more advice cards, Foxglove friends. Spirit, can I have some advice, please, for pile 1? Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Yeah, okay, so feel free to shake it off. Shake off, or a bit like Swifty says, she has her song "Shake It Off." I'm not going to sing it for you. You won't thank me, but shake it off, lighten up, and don't be spending too much time thinking and dwelling on what you're worrying about. Shake all that stuff off and enjoy this time. This is meant to be a great time for you. There are big blessings in this, and people can really squash when the time is for you. Enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it. Sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. I mean, heck, it's really stating it very clearly for you, pile 1. Kick those naughty people to the curb. But you don't have to be melodramatic about it. You can just sort of go, oh, I just need to take some time out to focus on such and such, or oh yeah, I'm just really busy at the minute. I'll see you in 5 months. Maybe not that long, but you know what I mean. What other advice have we got? Wake up call. So the big change is something's going to happen where, or you're just going to have a real clarity of realization of what is going on with the people in your world. And I do feel it's probably people focused. From the cards that we've got coming up. So this is a real wake up. This eclipse is gonna somehow either gonna show you or awaken something in you to make you go, right, things need to change. I don't want to keep applying myself to my life in the same way that I've been doing all this time, because it's not getting me anywhere. It's not bringing me the happiness I want, and I could be happier. And it is your birthright to feel joy, happiness, and peace. You can do that. So start to identify what is taking you out of that way of being, and maybe take some time out from it so that you can truly focus on the celebrations in your life and the positive things in your life and the goals and the dreams that you're aiming for. Work with devotion. Apply your time to things that apply yourself fully to one thing at a time. You know, there's a Buddhist process where um, even if you're mopping the floor, you do it with full, wholehearted love in your heart to the best of your ability, so that every single thing that you do, you're doing fully present and with the joy of it being a task of life. You know, that reverence of even the smallest activities can bring great joy, clarity, and that life experience. You know, it can be a joy to do some of the most basic things. And also, it will center you and help to clear your mind. And sometimes, when we're doing these mundane things, if you like, that's when some of our biggest clarities can pop into our head. Like a revelation can come to you. Let me get you one more card, because I realise time wise. Which card do I want? I feel like I haven't got one. Let's do one of these. One final card for pile one, please. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, so take time to either get centered in the moment so you're not feeling anxiety about the future, or go deeper into yourself to acknowledge and recognize your fears and be willing to say them out loud, or work with a therapist or counseling person so that you can try to understand your fears and help to shift and move them, because fears are just a perception on the whole, unless it's a loud noise or a very high height, a lot of which are genuine fearful things. Then quite often our fears are just a perception based on experiences from the past. So be careful not to let those rule you, and be careful not to let them squash your joy in life, Foxglove friends. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. I hope you have a wonderful day and good luck with all your dreams. Trust that spirit and the angels and whoever you believe in is actually, this is part of the divine plan for your soul experience here on earth. Bye bye. Hello, pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. You have chosen be bold and make the first move. Well, that's jolly exciting, isn't it? But behind that, we also have 2 other cards. So let's see what those are. We have got the energy is gaining momentum. Interesting. So we've obviously got something that's building here. And then we've got the Sea Beacon Fairy. These are very interesting. Now then, the Sea Beacon Fairy is about that a solution to a problem may have been presented to you, or a path of direction may be being presented to you. However, the Sea Beacon Fairy asks who is holding the light, who is presenting these solutions. Is the solution or the path that's being presented to you the right one? Have you actually considered how much you have in your treasure chest that can help you with what you want to do in life? Are you underestimating yourself? Have you considered that there's more available to you than you realize? So it's interesting because if we go that way along, we've got the fact that the energy is gaining momentum at the moment. So something is building up. Something is building up for you to make a choice, for you to make a decision, for you to make a move and take action, which is really exciting because obviously this reading is all about the new moon solar eclipse of Aries, which is about having courage to make bold decisions and take action. And that is what's going on here. But it's sort of saying, don't jump in too fast until you've considered all the options, because you may be underestimating that there's something even better that you could be doing or going for. So, shall we have a look at the detail of this and let's get a bit more information, because I'm certainly curious about what's going on for you, pal, too. So, what big, what is, let's hope that this sort of, what big change is coming in for pal 2, please? What is it that they should be making a bold move about? Well, I'm going to do this a bit differently, actually. What is it that they should be making a bold move about, please, Spirit? What is it that they should be making a bold move about? Oh, justice. So, you deserve something. You deserve to have better. You deserve to receive. So maybe it's about being willing to speak up. You know, this can be legal as well. So it might be about speaking up about something where there's an issue that you need to defend somebody from. It could be about hold on. Could be to do with going for a new job or stating that you deserve a promotion. It could be to do with declaring that you want certain time with your children that you aren't getting. You know, there's a whole element of things here. Let me just get what's this one about. We're going to go into more detail around this, so just bear with me, Foxglove friend, because we'll see what's coming up. So, what is the Sea Beacon Fairy about, please, Spirit? How are they needing to be careful about the choice that they're making? Okay, so this is to do with celebration. It can be to do with weddings or to do with the celebration of a new home. So, how jolly interesting. I think I'm going to need... And where is the energy building up? Can we have some more clarification about this one, please? Okay, so the justice may be that you're getting... Hold on, let me have a look. 2 of Cups, yeah, that's what I thought. I was about to say that. Darn it, I should have said it before the 2 of Cups came out. I was going to say the justice may be to do with having the right partner, about having the right loving relationship, that you can actually, it's time for you to have the person who's right for you, to have that connection that you're worthy of. Interestingly, with this one about not jumping in too fast and making sure that you're not being led down the wrong road. So maybe somebody's trying to, like set you up with someone when actually there's somebody else that you like, but you think they might not like you, you think you might not be good enough for them or something. Actually, don't underestimate yourself and go for that person, because it's time for you to, maybe the chemistry is building, um, in an effort that allows you to celebrate. Or actually, having said that, it might be that you are with the right person. Do take what resonates, because this one seems a little bit more interesting and complicated in certain ways. So just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But it might be to do with if you're planning to get married, or planning to have an anniversary, or party, or planning to make this come to fruition, even if it's, to get together with this person in the first instance. Don't be led in the wrong direction by other people who want things a certain way. So, for example, if you want to get married, if you want like a small key wedding and you want to spend it with, people who are close to you and have it at this location, don't be swayed into having a ginormous, hugely expensive wedding in this other location because that's what your mother-in-law wants. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Or that's what somebody else in your world is pushing for. Don't let people push you into what you don't actually want, because it's time for you to take a little bit of charge around this situation so that you get what you want in this situation. Maybe it's even if you are in a relationship and you're trying to decide what to do going forward, and the other party is sort of going, well, I want this and I want that, and let's do this and let's do that. This may well be the time for you to go, hold on, I matter in this situation as well. This is what I would like. And, to put things out that way. So I'm just going to put those up there a minute and we'll get a bit more. I've done this in a different way to how I normally do, just because of how it's fallen out. I do feel like this is relationship based. Well, I think it's really clear. I don't think I could put it any other way. Whether it's about going into a new relationship or, progressing the relationship you've got, there's certainly energy building up around it. I feel like you will already know who this person is, whether you are in a relationship or not. So, what big change is coming for pile 2, please, Spirit? Let's get you some more information. We have got the 7 of Pentacles, so you're investing time and energy and hard work in something. Sometimes it can be like a new mum or a mother, even just a general mother, where you don't get much thanks for what you're doing. And it is Mother's Day on if you're watching this as I've released it today in England on Sunday. So some of you might be like, oh, I feel a bit like not appreciated for all this wonderful hard work I'm giving to help something grow, being a little person or a human, or even if it's a grown-up adult child, maybe you're not quite getting as much reward as you want. But this sort of shows keep going, because the reward will be there. So whether it's just a normal something where you're investing in building a life with someone, or you're investing in a project, or you're investing in trying to put energy and time into planning this celebration, keep going. It will grow. It will grow into fruition, even if it seems a bit hard now. We've got the 8 of Pentacles there, which interestingly is also about financial elements, which is about scholarship and education quite often. So it can be to do with what are you learning to help you develop and help you progress. You might be wanting to go back to school or go back into education, or it can be to do with finding teachers. Maybe you are a teacher. It can be about how you're applying yourself to your chosen vocation and learning skills along the way. So even if you're in a particular job and you're trying to understand and learn more about what you're doing, or perhaps it's a project, I don't quite know. I'm going to see why this is coming up. This is a very interesting reading. It's sort of going in lots of different directions, and I might have to have a sit and a ponder in a minute about how this is all connecting for the big change. Maybe the big change is to do with how you're investing your time and energy in relation to the relationship that you're in. You know, so if you are, for example, getting married or something, you might also be looking at how do you plan that scenario, or what work are you doing to support the development of the relationship. So if there's things you're doing around the house, maybe you need to learn how to do these things that are kind of providing something positive for your family to live in. You know, things like that. Let's have a look. The world. Maybe there's been travel. Maybe, pile two, you've got absolutely oodles of stuff going on where you've either travelled, changed location, you're learning a new skill, you're investing time and energy in trying to make things right for the family, if that applies, or you're investing time and energy into making life better for yourself, and for the relationship element. Perhaps you're wanting to have a better job, or something where you feel skilled in something so that you feel of more value if you're wanting to get into a relationship. There's all sorts of things like that going on. So perhaps what are the big changes that are happening for you is on many, many levels. And maybe within that space, that's why it's difficult to choose a path, because you've got so many things going on at the same time. It can be sort of, I've got these upside down. Angel of strength. Yeah, you possibly needing to have a lot of strength to go through all these different changes to do with what you're doing in your life. Let me get another one. Can we have another card? I'm just gonna put that up there. Put that one up there. Put that one up there so that we can. What other? And perhaps this is all impacting on your relationship. We've got financial constraints. So there's obviously, and also the door. This can be to do with self-value as well, because you know, if you're in a mentality of lack, so if you feel like you've not got enough of something or enough of things, that can just bring in more lack. But that might be because you're a bit low on energy, because you keep investing on trying to create great things in your life, whether it's trying to do your job well, trying to, you know, create a lovely home, trying to invest in the relationship that you've got, all those things. And if you've travelled, and if you've got different elements of trying to understand things going on, perhaps you're feeling a bit depleted. I'm going to get you some advice cards, because I think that might be what helps us to see what big changes are. Well, I think the big changes you've got coming in is almost like everything. Everything is the big change. It's happening on many levels. You've got so many things going on in life. Detach from drama. Okay, so while these changes and all these different scenarios are going on, it's important for you not to buy into emotional upheaval. You know, if you've got young people around you, maybe teenagers and things, or if you've just got people who aren't coping well with all the shifts and changes, just try and keep things calm. You know, we've got the angel of strength with you there. The way that this is a bit like the strength card in the tarot, in that to tame the lion in the tarot card, the person uses kindness and compassion rather than brutal strength. And it's that kindness and compassion that is the strength that helps people to get through changing and shifting times in an easier and gentler way. Let me get you some more advice, Foxglove friends. It's interesting because we had celebrations in pile 1 as well. And we had this one in pile 1. Some of it's carrying over a little bit, which is interesting. Work with devotion. Spend your time making sure that you're focusing on what you're doing and keeping yourself centered and mindful in the moment, because with all these different things happening, it may feel rather overwhelming. Oops. Shield yourself. Yeah, and we've got twin flame. So the answer to your question involves spiritually based romantic relationship. A spiritually based romantic relationship. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Maybe you're having a few challenges with your twin flame person, which is why we need to detach from drama. Or maybe it's just that as you're going through all these different... I feel like it might be the fact that there's some challenges coming up within the relationship that you've got, and you're doing everything you can, you're working hard, you're trying to provide all sorts of things. You might have given a lot of yourself. There may be elements where either you or the other person is from a different country. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but there can be sometimes conflicts with that, because even if you speak the same language, there can be different cultural understandings, all sorts of things like that. And you're wanting to have a positive and good time with them, but I think it's time that you kind of need to understand how you matter in this, and how you... Luna's just getting involved here. That was my little dog's nose on the table there. You might be worried about the cost of things, and I think, if that is the case, try and take some time to just understand how you matter in this, and recognise that there needs to be a balance. Part of the big change that is going on here is that there needs to be a balance, but also just to don't get too engaged with all the emotional elements of it. Just do what you're doing day by day. If there's bad feeling towards you, put a shield around yourself so that you're not getting bad feeling towards you while the dust settles a little bit, and try not to be led into any direction that you don't want to go in. Let me get you another card. Can we have... I might get you 2 more cards. I think the big change is that there are big changes going on. Working too hard. Yeah, so it's sort of telling you, you kind of giving too much energy to too many things. You're probably starting to feel a bit overwhelmed. And then when that happens, your emotions can get the better of you, because you're kind of overwrought and haven't got the energy to deal with all these different things that you're applying yourself to. Let me just get another one of these. Your commitment is being tested. Now that's interesting. So, your commitment is being tested through this scenario. Where's my book gone? Here it is. I want to read this one to you just to give you a bit more information. Time for a break from mechanical technical work is needed. Please take breaks from electronic devices like computers, cell phones, and even iPods, clocks, and watches. It is time to simply rest in nature's embrace, swim in the ocean, float in a lake, walk in a forest, meditate in a cave. Camping, hiking, and gardening would be most beneficial. It's time to unwind the tightly coiled springs and detach from the mechanics of the deadlines and immerse yourself in nature's time and truth. The angel of time tells you to do this now. I think this is it. I think you might be getting a bit overwrought, and one of the big changes as part of taking action is to stop engaging in any arguments or discussions around what's going on in a relationship or whether how you're trying to progress with that, to simplify your life. Your commitment is being tested, but in order to be committed and to have a mature relationship, sometimes you need to just take time out. Don't be talking to other people all the time about it. Don't be kind of dwelling on it all. Just be in the moment. Listen to the birds, see the trees, feel the sun on your face, that sort of thing. Clear your energy of any past negative engagement with the person that you're inquiring about. If it's with this person, the Two of Cups person, you can do like ask Archangel Michael to do a vortex, like a hoover around you to get rid of all that negative energy. Put yourself in a shield so that you can stay in a happy bubble, and then it'll stop you bouncing any negative energies back and forward to each other, because we tend to mirror each other's behavior. So if you feel a lack of value, which might be to do with the financial constraints, so you're worried about it, they may be projecting something that kind of makes you feel a lack of value because they might be feeling undervalued, and then it just bounces back and forward and turns into like a downward spiral of chaos. So just detach from that. Calm yourself, go into nature, allow yourself to just take some time out after, if you've just had all this busy stuff going on, and simplify life and take one step at a time so that you can come back together in a calmer way, and enjoy the gift of each other. The light of love shines up the deepest shadows, Foxglove friends. So, being in a close relationship, intimate relationship, can be triggering, but it's there to help you grow and heal. Thank you for watching. I wish you lots and lots of love and luck. If you like this, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to today's reading. You have picked Bring Love into This Situation, which is very, very nice. So, we've also got Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Now, this is very interesting because these tie in quite nicely, actually. Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch can be to do with when you've started taking something or someone for granted, when you've got so used to someone or something precious that surrounds you or is within your world has become so familiar that you've forgotten how to see it. It turns into a kind of blindness sometimes. It's important to appreciate the abundance about you. You've worked hard to get to where you're at, and the things that you have got are not too small, they're not too ordinary. Just count your blessings. So something with the big change that's coming in is about recognition of how important and how much things are worthy of love. Now, that might be people. Now, sometimes this can happen if we've had a big shift and change, or if we've been put into a situation that we're uncomfortable, or, you know, the big change might be that you suddenly recognize just how blessed you are. And, you know, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she's having an issue where she's a bit stuck in a house for various reasons at the minute. And I realised the other day, and I said to her, sometimes we're just lucky that we are safe and that we are warm and that we have an environment that we're comfortable and happy in, or that we have little things that we love, or that we've got a dog that we love, or our cat that we love, or we've got people and connections that we love. You know, it can be anything, about appreciating, or maybe there's a particular person in your life that you've taken for granted, and you've gone, and this big change is a recognition of how blessed you are to have them, where you suddenly remember to see them and to appreciate them, and to you know, recognize how blessed you are to have them in your life. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the detail of what this is about, pile 3. So, Spirit, what big change is coming for pile 3, please? What big change is coming for pile 3? Knight of Swords, quick action. So, Sorry, Luna barked, so I had to pause it for a second. The Knight of Swords is about things moving very quickly, somebody moving with determination to make things happen, which is interesting because the new moon solar eclipse of Aries is about bold decisions and taking action. But this is about something happening really quickly. Let's get some more information around this. We've then got the 3 of Pentacles. So that's to do with maybe a new project, a new idea. We've got the 6 of Swords, which is to do with a journey. It could be an inner journey, or to do with location, where you're going, where you want to be. Let me get another card. What big change is coming for pile 3, please? We've got the 6th chakra, Angel Metatron, which is about the 3rd eye chakra. So that can be to do with what we're seeing, how we're perceiving things. Which other one do I want? Another one? Oh no, let's get one of these. I want another one of those as well. Ask with sincerity. Let's go in there, and then let's get another one of these. So, maybe, yeah, Magician and the Mirror. This can be to do with almost like the Magician can be to do with the Magician card in the tarot, but also to do with smoke and mirrors, what's real and what's not real. So what we've got going on here, the big change that this is talking about, is something is going to happen very quickly with a determination, and it might be to do with a new project or a new job role. Maybe it's to do with, you know, maybe you're meant to travel to do with that, but there'll be some sort of inner journey as part of that. But are you seeing things the way that you want? You may be not appreciating what you've already got, which is maybe actually perfect. I'm just going to read this one because I want to look at this a bit closer, because every card's different, even though it's tarot card. Are you putting the hardships of your past behind you? Are you seeking peace after a troubling time? The Six of Swords offers us a reset after we have experienced the worst that life has to offer. It allows us to compartmentalize, adapt, and survive. You might be contemplating a dramatic change of scene, such as moving home to a new city, but even taking a vacation or riding a different bus might offer some respite from whatever has been plaguing you. At its core, the theme of the Six of Swords is relief. People who pull the Six of Swords are often healing from trauma. When the Six of Swords represents another person, you may be leaving them for good reason. You could also be moving into a new phase of your relationship, such as deciding to rebuild a partnership after infidelity. Do whatever you need to heal. So, perhaps something around this is to do with starting a new project. Somebody's coming fast to talk to you about that, or maybe wants you for a new project. Or maybe you're thinking of starting a new job or changing something, but actually things are pretty good where you are. Maybe you're happy where you are. We've got a lot here that's quite emotional and spiritual, I'd almost say. So ask with sincerity, bring love in the situation. If you are healing from traumatic events, you may be in a fight or flight kind of feeling, and I think this is where it's important to look at what is the smoke and what is the mirrors, what is the truth and what is the reality of the situation, and to see that and to truly understand what that is. Allow yourself to go into your heart space and feel the truth there. So there's a really good exercise where you can say all your fears out loud. You go, I am afraid of this, I am afraid of that, I am worried about this or worried about that, whatever it is you're feeling. And then you make the heart chakra sound, which is ah, like AHHH, and you can put the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth and just go ah, and then that helps you to tune into your heart space. And then you go, my heart tells me. And once you've tuned into your heart, you get what your heart has to tell you, because your heart will have a very different vision of what is going on in life. So this will help you to make the right choice. In your heart, do you want to stay where you are? In your heart, do you want to make a change and move somewhere and go somewhere? This person here, this might be you going, I need to do this, I need to make these changes, I need to make things happen. Just slow down a little bit, because you're kind of going too fast and using your head, whereas you actually need to look at appreciating what you've already got and feeling into your heart space so that you know whether you're making the right choices or not. Ask Spirit, what decision should I make? Ask it before you go to sleep, before you go to bed at night. Say in the morning, can you let me know, or can you tell me while I'm asleep what choices and decisions should I be making, and see what dreams come up for you, because they will help you to understand where you should be going. So perhaps part of this reading for you, pal 3, is that the big changes are to not actually do the changes at all, is what I want to say. Oh, there's a hidden one. Look, there's something hidden. The Four of Pentacles. So this is to do with financial stability and maybe trying to create savings or trying to save money. So we have got, it's very much to do with finances here, which can be your job or your savings or what you're doing with regards to money. Interesting that was hidden as well, but it's also the next step. It's the Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. Let's get some more information for you. What big changes are coming? big changes are coming for pile 3, please, Spirit? Yeah, feeling like you don't know which direction to go in. I think that's because you're too much in your headspace. The swords, all these swords that this person's surrounded by, they can get out of the situation they want to if they want, because they can just, those aren't tied, those bandages they're not tied around them. They can wriggle out of that and take the blindfold off, and then they can just walk away. This is all about what's in your head, busy worrying and fretting that you're trapped and you haven't got any choice and you haven't got any decision, but you actually have. Let's get you some advice. Spirit, can we have some advice, please, for pile 3? Cancel, clear, delete. I like this. I use this. If I've said something about someone and then I go, I didn't mean that, and that wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be, and I just, or if I've said something by mistake, I go cancel, clear, delete in my mind to try and wipe it clear from the past. It says use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects, yes, of past negative thinking. And here again we've got the sword. Archangel Michael can help to clear anything you've said or done, or anything you've kind of thought of that just wasn't in keeping with your heart space. When we're not in a heart space, we can do and say all sorts of things that we regret because we're not speaking from the heart, we're speaking from the head in either an ego or the ego state is often recognized as being really bad, but it's actually just trying to keep you safe. So if you're in a fight or flight or scenario, fight, flees, if you are recovering from some sort of trauma, you may have said things in this effort for progress and to make everything all right and to do the best and be the best, or however it comes across. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. But yeah, you might have done things that you wish weren't going to impact on what you're doing now. So you might have taken certain actions and sort of gone, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, because now I know in my heart that's not actually what I want. So just work with Archangel Michael to help to clear, but also maybe actually say or state, I made a mistake in saying that. I made a mistake in doing that. I was acting out of fear. I was acting out of worry. But actually in my heart, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. So this is the big change that's happening, that maybe you're doing a bit of a 180 and going, yeah, actually, I don't want to go where I thought I wanted to go at 1,000 miles an hour with full determination. I have made a mistake. I want to stay in somewhere where I recognise I am blessed to be. Spirit, can I have some more advice for pile 3, please? Heart chakra. Well, could we say it anymore? Pile 3. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Who'd have thought it? It's only said that the whole way through this reading. Be open to giving and receiving love. Yes, indeed. I think there's a very strong message for you here, pile 3, that we just can't get away from. But still, let's see what else there is. It's time for softer, pile 3. It's time for softer. It's time for fun. It's time for the opportunity to begin to explore where you are. There is more to offer you in the situation that you're in, I believe, is where we're at. There's explore more within you, explore more of what's interesting for you. Venture out from where you are to look at the flowers, the animals, the water elements, whatever is where you are. Start to explore and enjoy what you've already got, is what I feel like, Foxglove friend. Maybe you've travelled and changed and done stuff too much. Maybe it's time for you to set this aside, set this movement aside, and enjoy the stability. You know, Four of Pentacles is about stability at a base chakra level. Allow yourself to be safe, to be still, excuse me, to maintain where you're at. And it's kind of, if we have had trauma in the past, sometimes we feel like we've got to keep moving, we've got to keep changing, we've got to keep proving ourselves, we've got to keep achieving, we've got to keep having more. Actually, that's quite a, I don't know if it's a Western way of thinking, but sometimes to enjoy life truly, we can just enjoy this moment that we're in. You know, we have so many things, so many options, so many opportunities, but we can also just enjoy everything that we already do have. When I was little, I used to really enjoy being in my bedroom with all the things that were in my bedroom, you know, doing some drawing or looking at my books and that. I mean, you know, some of us, how many books do we need to have when we're not actually reading any of them, or we're buying more than we actually get through in one go? Be creative, yes. Spend time being creative with what you already have. Draw, sketch, play a musical instrument. Enjoy what you already have. I think that's where we're at, Foxglove friends. I'm going to get you one more card. No, I'm not. I'm going to get you two, just to finish this off, because I think that might be what the big change is for you, that you've always raced about, that you've always done, you know, kept going and shifting and changing, and I think the big change for you this time is that you don't. Release your power, Dress of Alchemy. I'm going to have a look. Oh, that's not going to quite fit. I'll stick it in the middle for now, because I'm going to have a little look in the book to see exactly what that says, so that we can really... you have powerful energy when this beautiful being shows up in your readings. You have strong, powerful, vibrant energy that changes lives. And with that comes great responsibility. Some people may be eroding their own energy fields with blame, discontent, and choosing the same destructive patterns over and over again. When this being walks in, she shows that it is possible to change deeply and truly, and to become clear, bright, strong, healthy, and very powerful in terms of your energy. She understands the responsibility and has worked consistently with great discipline and earnest to be able to create. Please take time to clear from your own sacred energy field any jealousy, envy, fear, or guilt. Once you are clear, welcome in bright, strong, powerful, healing energy. After this takes place, expect symbols and signs to pour in. Keep your energy strong and bright and follow the signs. When your energy is strong and bright, when you come from a place of love, courage and wisdom, you will attract the right signs and will not be misled. Do not expect to have to change after the arrival of this. Relationships and situations based on ego-centered concepts containing toxic energies will fall away naturally, and you will now ask for your worth. It is self-love in action. So the action is to do with self-love for you. The big change is to do with self-love, in that you're going to change repeat patterns of living in your headspace and maybe trauma-based behaviours in life, and you're actually going to start living in a heart-centered space, Foxglove friend. Get one more. This is the last card. Oh, interesting. A new romantic cycle begins. I'm not surprised if you're going to suddenly start being more heart-centered when you were previously all in your head and in fear and in trauma. So, a new romantic cycle begins not only means with another person, but it can mean with yourself, that you allow yourself compassion, gentleness, to enjoy the flowers, to enjoy the beautiful smells of perfume and stuff, you know what I mean? And to enjoy being yourself and to be in that heart-centered space. This is the big change for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and energy. And if you did like this, please do like and subscribe, because I get to see you again. Take care. Best wishes to you. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to today's reading. So you have chosen it's time to take action. Aries energy. Now, what's interesting is if you're watching this when it's released, we are in the time of Aries as well. And Aries are wonderful characters, very passionate usually, can be quite fiery, can have a bit of a temper. Foxglove friend. If you are an Aries, happy birthday for this season. But Aries people are also, they tend to be honest, they tend to be direct, they tend to be explorers and can be fun and interesting. And so much, a lot of my friends and a lot of the people I've been with in my life are Aries. So I appreciate Aries an awful lot. And often they are full of ideas and want to take actions. But just as an Aries ram can go at things a bit hard and heavy, every now and again they can like go a bit too far too fast. But this is saying to embrace that energy. Go for it. Now let's have a look at the second card that was underneath here. Sea storm, calm amid chaos. Okay, that's interesting then. So we've got taking action. There may be a time of upheaval and change, and this is about what big change is happening for you. If you tune into that deeper inner voice and follow that radar you have built into your very cells, you will find the way home through all this chaos and wreckage. The old world is gone. The new world is yet to be found. The journey will continue for some time, but trust. Trust and follow the compass of your inner guidance. Listen, check in with your wisdom, then go in that direction. You are more adaptable, more flexible, more able to survive than you know. Interest in the lands of Lemuria and Atlantis and memories of these lands might be resurfacing for you as well, which is all to do with this card. So, shall we have a bit of a look at the detail of what all that big change and big shift and out with the old and in with the new is about? Let's. Spirit, please can you give information about what big change is happening for pile 4, please? There's certainly some very focused shifts and changes going on for you, pile 4. We have got 10 of Cups. Hurrah, hurrah. So, as you've shifted out of the old world and into the new world, this is bringing true emotional fulfillment. So the 10 of Cups can be happy home and family. So perhaps your relationships, your friendships, your engagements are happy. There's a little happy dog there and a little happy cat. 10 of Cups is one of the happiest cards you can get. So maybe you have been through difficult times and difficult changes and upheaval, but it's now leading to this new way of being. I've accidentally got... So we've got 8 of Wands, which is about things moving very quickly. And then we've got the 7 of Wands, look, which is sometimes where someone's taken centre stage, or where people are maybe being a bit negative. So you might have people around you who, as you're going through this wonderful, happy time with these changes, and it's meaning you're having to take action because maybe you've moved house and you've moved into a new home, or maybe, I don't know what's happened, where there's maybe your relationship's happier or something's going on, but you're getting a bit of criticism or people trying to either pick fault or try and tell you what to do, or just generally being a pain in the booty. But things are happening fast. Life is happening fast. So let's see what else is going on. Spirit, what big change is happening for? You know, when things do happen fast for us and big changes happen fast for us, sometimes we can be the focus of a lot of attention, and it can bring people's fears or egos to the surface, especially if you're in a very happy time, or if that's what's coming. The big change might be that you're about to step into this very happy time. Don't let silly sausages get you down, Foxglove friend. Is what I'm going to say. Spirit, what big change is coming for Pal 4? Goddess of the Moon. Wow, real connection with your intuition, with the feminine energy, the compassion, the stillness within, the deeper elements that are feeding your soul. You might have, you know, particular dreams, or your intuition may be stronger, or you might have psychic awakenings that make you more aware. And then we've got the first chakra, Archangel Michael. So what I want to say is, with both of these together, it looks like there is a bit of a balance of the masculine and the feminine. Perhaps part of the Ten of Cups happy home and family is because the balance of masculine and feminine has come into being better than it ever has done in a long time in the past. But also the first chakra tends to do with the base needs of things, so like your financial security or your home or where you're living. Really interesting that, because we've almost got head in heaven, feet on earth. There's a real balanced feeling here of strength, of not only the feminine aspects of creativity and nurturing and birthing and creation, bringing something new into the world, while there's actually the element of action, stability, strength, fortitude, I want to say as well. Really, 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 really good. Right, hold on, let me get another card. Which ones do I want? Let's do this one. Spirit. What big changes are coming in for Pal 4, please? Face your shadow side as you go through this. You may find that, you know, sometimes when we're in a good place, or if we're going through big changes, you've got a bit of a variety of stuff going on here. So it's like this one is saying that it might be a bit chaotic what you're going through. This one is saying that everybody's happy and loving. This one's saying it's happening fast. This one's saying that people are being a bit not cool about things. Some people are being a pain. This one is showing that, and amongst all that, sometimes your shadow side is coming up. So maybe if things are happening quickly, or you're getting tired or overwhelmed, or there's too much going on, perhaps you're getting a bit stroppy, perhaps you're getting a bit moody, perhaps you're finding it difficult to cope with all the changes, or perhaps things are being triggered for you that you need to look at and need to recognize and accept that you are not always presenting your best self all the time, because it's human to get agitated and irritated, or to have moments of selfishness or jealousy, or, you know, like all these different elements, or fear. It's okay to accept who you are as you go through these shifts and changes. And it does feel like there's a lot of shifts, and well, that says there's a lot of shifts and changes. Let me get you, what else? What other big changes are happening for Pile 4, please? Queen of Wands. So yeah, so there's all these creative ideas and passion flying around. maybe face your shadow side as if you're getting like overexcited about the potential of things in life, and perhaps somebody's going, crikey, I can't cope with everything that you're putting at me. It's, and you know, sometimes over enthusiasm can almost be a bit much for other people as well. But this is really showing that your creative side is coming to life. You're embracing it. Let me get some advice for you so we can see through it. Ooh, that one came flying out. Oh, interesting. We've got correct your mistakes, which is interesting that we've, because of the face your shadow side. Build on solid ground. So if you have got a new home, or you're building a new home, or you're building a new life with somebody, it's important to make sure that your roots are stable, that the foundations are stable, that you're behaving in the right way to each other so that you can put out those fires. You know, if you've been reactive in any way, sort of just clear that so that you can be in a happy place as you progress forward. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Let me just get you some more advice. Interestingly, we've got the fairies. You have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose is it involves helping Mother Nature. Perhaps there's something about fairies are usually very fun and mischievous, but also very nature based. Perhaps there's something here where you need to make sure you're spending the right amount of time in nature so that you can keep recalibrating yourself back to groundedness. Because we've got build on solid ground, maybe you need to ground yourself regularly as well, because it says, you know, we've got this chaotic sort of very fast energy. So you maybe need to keep making sure that you're in nature, and by being in nature, so here I think we've got woodpeckers, maybe I can't quite see because they're in little, but in being in nature it helps to calm your nervous system, and helps to, you know, if we tune into the fairy element, it helps to lift your spirits a little bit, to not get too, don't take things too seriously. Allow, you know, don't, when you're being creative, don't worry if things aren't 100% perfect if you are an Aries. But even if you're not an Aries, Aries tends to be quite a perfectionist sign. So I'm just saying that for any of you, don't allow yourself to take things too seriously. Have fun, be light and playful. You know, part of the story to do with fairies is Tinkerbell and Peter Pan, where somebody is like, you know, they never grow up sort of thing. But there is something to be said for allowing your inner child free to have fun with this shift and change. Solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Well, we've got about taking action there, and we've got about taking charge of your life. So it is a time for doing. The changes are going to be about physically doing, to make those changes happen in your life. And like I say, I do think, given that it's 10 of Cups, which can be happy house and home and family, maybe it's to do with taking, either creating something within a new home, or maybe it's to do with staving off people. I'm just having a look as we go through this. There may be elements where you're wanting to apply more time to your family to bring balance to it, and to ease any squabbles or difficulties that are going on within that as well. And if you are being criticised, when you're going into a new environment. I feel like that's not that important. You just need to ignore it. Let me just get you one of these. Fairy of the Divine Hand, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. That's interesting. Perhaps your shadow side is to do with addictions. Because this one can be to do with addictions, overindulgence, or overdoing things. And sometimes when things are chaotic, we can turn to our vices. We can turn to having a few too many tipples, maybe smoking too much, maybe drinking too much, maybe eating too much, to try and, we do it to sort of go, oh, I just need to let my hair down and have a moment while all these shifts and changes are going on. But also when it's like, it can be fun to celebrate with these things, and you may find yourself having too much of this. Let me have a look in the book. It says, oh yes, Luna, that was Luna talking to me. It says, stop right now. Your intuition, your inner sight and clear vision is sending you a very clear warning. A red flag, oops, sorry Luna, a red flag has just gone up, and this is the time to stop, to look and to listen before going forward. Your higher self, your clear sight, wants you to stop and think before simply taking this wonderful temptation someone is offering you. It may be in the form of a secretive relationship, junk food, alcohol at a party, sex before you're ready, or behaving in ways that are unsafe and disrespectful, speaking harmful words and thoughts that could scar people for a long, long time. This moment's indulgence could have long-term repercussions that could lead you away from well-being, clarity and harmony. You know when this temptation comes to you that you do not need to flee, you do not need to indulge, you do not need to curse and berate this lovely, very earnest fairy with a clear message to stop and truly look at what is taking place. You know you simply need to pause, be quiet, clear, and know now that one of your fiercest addictions is seeking you out and you are wavering, caught in its delirium. This is not an opportunity to escape, this is your chance to break free. That's interesting. Interesting as well, because the solar plexus can be to do with addictions, because it can be to do with free will and the strength of your own will. Right. I'm going to get one of these as well. Spirit, can we have one more? Full pile, four, please. A fiery climax approaches. A full moon in Aries. Goodness me. Goodness me. You got something big and balmy going on. Well, fiery. So there's certainly energy coming towards you. It's so interesting that it's all to do with Aries, because now is the time of Aries as well. And also that they lose their temper like this, and it can get out of control, and then you've got to correct it if you've said something in the heat of the moment. It seems like with all things are going well, there's a new balance and things are going well. Even though there's chaotic stuff going on and you've got to face your shadow side, I think the big change is maybe to be careful not to erupt and not to spoil it by becoming ungrounded and lighting fires where you don't want them, Foxglove friends. Make sure you're grounded, make sure you're spending time in nature, being light-hearted, and know that you're safe and that you can make changes and you can take action without having to kind of create more chaos, is what I want to say. Thank you so much for watching, Foxglove friends. Enjoy the time ahead. Enjoy this new moon solar eclipse. And if you liked this, please do click on like and subscribe because I'd love to see you again. Bye bye.